everyone. How many of you, is this the first time for any of you visiting the new Kennedy Center? This is the third time I've told that joke, and I love it. Welcome to the main stage. This is a wonderful turnout, and it's going to be a great program here with Cross and High. And as I was wondering about the name, I was going to ask Van Albert here, Steve McGovern there, if the name actually referred to the two more prominent streets in Chestertown, High Street and Cross Street, or which one of them was Cross and which one of them was High. You don't get a vote. Okay. We have a wonderful evening of music. I'll tell you more about upcoming events after our intermission. You know where all the exit doors are and everything else. But let's welcome Cross and High.
Good evening. Can we get the first line? So we'd like to tell you what we play and why, and I'm going to not talk as much as I usually do, and the reason is that we have these pictures up here, and we play historical music from the turn of, not after, say about 1925. If you know, when recorded music didn't really appear until 1910. That's when it became, the fidelity was enough to recognize it as music. And in the decades that followed, people went to the Mississippi Delta, down south. Alan Lomax and his father went down there and they recorded a whole bunch of African-American musicians. And those musicians created a sound that eventually ended up morphing into what we now know as rock music or classic rock, or really formed the kind of music, popular music all over the world in the late 20th century. So I'll talk about it all day, but that's not what Nat wants, and that's probably not what you want. So we decided what we're going to do is we're going to just show you a picture of the guy who originated the song that we're going to play, and we're just going to show you a couple of people who in the 20th century, late 20th century, picked up on that and used that music as their primary influences. We've heard of that guy, and I'm sure you've heard of that beautiful woman too. So, we good? All right. Yep. I got rambling on my mind. I got rambling on my mind. My baby, but she treats me so unkind. I'm going down to the station, catch the first rail train I see. I'm going down to the station, catch the first rail train I see. Got the blues, Miss So-So, son, got the blues about me. got mean things. I got mean things on my mind. Little girl, I got mean things on my mind. Cause she treats me so unkind. Got some mean things, he's got some mean things on his mind. One more, man. Take it down. Thank you all. We'd like to thank you all for coming. We'd like to thank, of course, the Animal Care Shelter of Kent County. It used to be the Humane Society. We wouldn't say that anymore. Animal Care Shelter for Kent County, is that correct? That's right. We'd like to point out the fact that they're here and thank them for coming, and all of you who support them. Thank you for supporting them. And we're going to play now. What are we going to play now? What's on the list? Do you have the list?
Hesitation Blues.
Oh, great. There we go. That's right, Reverend Gary Davis. Now, this is a traditional song. Actually, nobody knows when it originated. But the guy who first recording was in 1924. It doesn't matter. But Reverend Gary Davis is the guy who made it famous because people listened to him, and then that guy made it famous. And then, this has been recorded. By the way, the number of versions is all the way up at the top. So I think this song is pretty much clearly very influential as far as American music goes. Nickel is a nickel, said a dime is a dime. I need a new gal, she don't mind. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get you now? Must I hesitate? Eagle on the dollar said, in God we trust. You say you want a man, you want to see that dollar first. Tell me how long do Do I have to wait? Can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Rocks in the ocean, child, fish in the sea. You know you mean the world to me. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get you now? Must I hesitate? Steve? Take it at double time. Hesitation stockings, got them hesitation shoes. Lord, I got them hesitation blues. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Thank you. This is a food coloring. Next slide, please. A lot of you recognize McKinley Morganfield, also known as Muddy Waters. His mother named him Muddy Waters because he used to play out in the muddy water. That picture came from the recordings that were done in 1941 on his, I think it was 41. No, way earlier than that. It was like 32? On his front porch by Alan Lomax. And where'd it go? And we're going to play I Be Trouble, which was, it morphed into I Can't Be Satisfied, which was recorded by 98 different people. Among them, these guys. I'm sure you recognize them.
Count it off.
1, 2, 3, 4. I feel today. I'm gonna pack my suitcase and make my getaway. Lord, I'm troubled beyond worrying my. And I'll never be satisfied, never keep from crying. And I know my baby, she gon' jump and shout. That old train be late, girl, and I come walking out. I'm troubled, I'm all worried, my. And I'll never be satisfied, I'll never keep from crying. And I know somebody sure been talking to you. I don't need no telling, girl, I can watch the way you do. Lord, my trouble will be all worried in mine. And I'll never be satisfied, never keep from crying. Take that. Now goodbye, baby. Got no more to say. Just like I've been, you're gonna have to ease my way. Lord, I'm in trouble. I'm all worried now. And I'll never be satisfied. Never keep from crying. My baby quit me. Seemed like mom was dead. I got real word, and it drove it to my head. Lord, I'm in trouble. I'm all worried, mine. And I'll never be satisfied. Never keep from crying. Take one. Tag it. And I'll never be satisfied, never keep from crying. He works a lot harder than I do. I was wondering how that was possible to breathe and still do that, you know.
We should do more slow ones.
All right, hey, do we? What's next? And then, because you got
Mean
this.
old world.
Well, that's up to you, man. You don't have to kill yourself. He's going to kill himself. He knows he's going to do it.
That's right. And it is a mean old world.
Right.
It's a mean world.
It's a mean world.
But we got love.
You see, he's high on life. That's how he got that name. Right? I'm just cross. He's high on life.
We can do it.
This is an interesting song because this wasn't written until the 40s, actually. But this guy up here, Dwayne and Eric, they kind of took it back. And, you know, these pictures, they really don't do justice to the kind of interaction that was going on at that time. Just really fascinates me. Yep. Yourself. It's a mean old world, trying to live it by yourself. Can't get the one you love, trying to use somebody else. I got the blues, pack my bags and go. I got the blues. I'm gonna pack my bags and go. Guess you don't love me. Love you, Mr. So-and-so. Take it, man. Sometimes I wonder why can your love be so cold? Sometimes I wonder why can your love be so cold? Guess you don't love me. Love you, Mr. So-and-so. A mean old world, live it by yourself. It's a mean old world, try to live it by yourself. Can't get the one you love, try to lose somebody else. One more, see. Take it home. Thank you. Next slide. Oh, there she is. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, look at the number at the top here. 498 versions. And you know, you've heard of that guy. And Peggy Lee even did this song. I mean, come on, Peggy Lee. Yeah. Sugar and Spice. I mean, I just had to include that because yeah.
You know it's singing.
Ooh, oh, wrong guitar. you have done. Now, the great thing about this song is that there's 468 versions, and I think there's like 468 different lyrics, because, you know, everybody started singing "C.C. Rider," and then it was a free-for-all. So we're gonna follow that tradition tonight. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. Oh, you made me love you, now your man has come. My home is on the water, I don't like no land at all. My home's on the water, don't like no land at all. My home's on the water, don't like no land at all. And that's why I moved from Seatown to Rock Hall. I love you, baby, but I hate your evil ways. I love you, baby, but I hate your evil ways. I love you, baby, but I hate your evil ways. And that's why I hope you don't come to the mainstay. 'Cause if I see you, baby, I'm gonna give you the what for. If I see you, baby, I'm gonna give you the what for. If I see you, baby, I'm gonna give you the what for. I'm gonna tell everybody you are low down, dirty person. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. C.C. Rider, see what you have done. Well, you made me love you, now your man has come. Well, you made me love you, now your man has come. Thank you. I guess we're going to have to take that up to 469 after that one. Next slide, please. By the way, I got to thank, what is your name again? We just met. Benji, thank you so much. And Rich, by the way, always doing a great job with the sound. But Benji got this thing working. I was freaking out. I was freaking out because it wasn't working. And I got this, like, you know, I don't use laptops. I have a big computer with all the figure. And I got this, 15-year-old laptop, and he got it to work. So yay! Benji. Yay, Benji! Okay, what's all right. We're gonna, this is a, we're playing this because Elizabeth Cotton is who she is, and but also because this alternating bass finger picking thing, that really did come from the South, from Appalachia. And we're gonna, Benji, by the way, we're gonna have to shift to the next, keep this slide up, but we're gonna have to shift to the next slide. I'll give you the cue, but we're not gonna really stop playing. And the idea is that we want you to see what happened here, because this style of play came, from, the 20s, 30s, before electric instruments, and Elizabeth Cotton, and then it got picked up by a specific person, and we'll play that song. We'll transition to that, but just so you get an idea of this style became kind of, you're going to hear it all over the place, from Heart, Dog and Butterfly, Paul McCartney, Blackbird. It's all over the place. I'm going to drink my colored water here. Going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. 'Cause I ain't gonna be treated this way. Girl I love turned her back on me. Girl I love turned her back on me. Girl I love turned her back on me. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. If today was not a crooked highway, if tonight was not a crooked trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing here at all. Yes, and only if my own true love's waiting. If I could only hear her heart a softly pounding. If only if she was one lying by me, I'd lie in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the water. I can't speak the sounds to show no pain. I can't hear the echo of my footsteps or remember the sounds of my own name. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting, if I could only hear her heart softly pounding. Yes, and only if she was lying by me, I'd lie in my bed once again. There's beauty in that silver singing river. There's beauty in that rainbow in the sky. But none of these and nothing else could touch the beauty that I remember in my true love's eyes. Yes, and only if my own true love is waiting, if I could only hear her heart softly pounding. Yes, and only if she was lying by me, I'd lie in my bed once again. I had this really expensive microphone for this guitar and it keeps flopping down. Sound okay? See what it did there? I don't think it cares. It's just, it's like anywhere near here, it's fine. I'm supposed to, I don't know what it's supposed to do. This $700 microphone. Well, I've had this guitar for 50 years. Can I tell the story about this guitar? I'll make it real quick. So when I was like 12, I had this Sears, my mother gave me the Sears Silvertone, and I was taking guitar lessons. And I must have been, I've got wise-ass-itis. I'm sorry, I just have wise-ass-itis. I've always had it, And I must have been particularly, a wise-ass, because my dad, he got a little annoyed at something that I said, and as he was walking across to explain the room to explain to me that perhaps I shouldn't be such a wise-ass, because he was a very wise man, still is, and he was very good at explaining these things, and he explained them for a very long time. Sometimes I wish he would have just hit me.
Me too.
I love this guy, man. I'll tell you. Anyway, so as he was walking across the room, he accidentally put his foot through this Silvertone guitar. And, of course, it was an accident. Everybody was an accident. But that didn't prevent me from going, well, you want to come to try to hit my guitar? You want to go buy me a new guitar? And my mother said, you really should buy the new guitar. So, Dad, I hope you're watching this, because thank you for that lecture. I really enriched my life. What do we got?
Death letter.
Oh. Right. This was pretty hard. I better switch guitars for this. And the only thing I really want to say about this is that please be advised that in the Mississippi Delta around this time, the average lifespan of African Americans was 38 years. That's it.
Got a letter this morning, reckon it will. Hurry, hurry, love is dead. Got a letter this morning. What do you reckon it will? Oh, hurry, hurry, hurry. That girl you love is dead. I packed my suitcase, I headed up the road. Time I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. I packed my suitcase, I headed up the road. By the time I got there, she was laying on the cooling board. I packed my suitcase, I headed up the road. Time I got there, she was in the cooling board. I packed my suitcase, I headed up the road. By the time I got there, she was there on the cooling board. About 100 people round the burying ground. About 100 people gonna lay her down. About 100 people round the burying ground. I didn't know I loved her till they laid her down. Woo!
Thank you. Master of the list. Yeah, I should learn this, but you know.
Prodigal son.
They did not give him credit. And I'm still mad at them for that. But they did eventually. In the 90s, they finally said, okay, so we owe you some money. We'll give you $50. I don't know how much they gave, but they did eventually. You know, the only guy who actually, I'm going to tell you another quick story. The only guy who actually did was Eric Clapton. So so Skip James, who wrote I'm So Glad, you know, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm glad. He had cancer, and Eric Clapton sent him a check to cover the operation. And his wife appeared at one of his concerts backstage to thank him for it. So I think it's a heartwarming story. Now, why am I doing this? know, so that if the string snaps, it doesn't poke my eye out. That's why. I better use this thing. How you doing, man? You're still breathing, I see. That's good. This is a biblical story, Reverend Robert Wilkins. In fact, a lot of these blues guys either turned into or they always were preachers. Reverend Gary Davis is a perfect example. Of course, I don't need this thing. This is just a contraption. It's just newfangled stuff. But I use it. Okay. Poor boy took his father's bread, started down the road, took his father's bread and started down the road. We're out in this world where God only knows, and that'll be the way to get along. Well, the poor boy spent all he had, famine come in the land. Famine come in the land, spent all he had, and the famine come in the land. I believe I'll go and hire me to some man, and that'll be the way I'll get along. Well, the man says, for just feed my swine, for to feed my swine. I'll give you a job for to feed my swine. And the boy stood there and he hung his head and cried, 'cause that ain't no way to get along. Said, believe I'll ride, believe I go back home, believe I go back home, believe I'll ride, believe I'll go back home. And down this road far as I can go, get along. The father said, see my son coming home to me, coming home to me. Father said, fell down on his knees, singing praise, Lord have mercy on me. And the boy said, hung his head and cried, hung his head and cried. Boy stood there and he hung his head and cried, Father, will you look on me as your child? That's the way for us to get along. Well, the father said, kill that fatted calf, call the family around, kill that calf and call the family around. My son was lost and now he is found, and that's the way for us to get along. Hey, listen, man. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing good. What's next?
Hey, Daddy.
Oh, man. Okay. You know, I hear people making fun of people like, you know, blind lemon this and blind, you know. That was a big thing back in the 70s. You know, let's make fun of these blind guys and, you know, oh, let's make fun of them. But, you know why they were called blind? Because they were blind! And it was a hard life. And these guys, they played on the street and they couldn't see. And come on, man. I mean, you know, cut them a break. I know they're gone, but geez. In fact, Martin Mull, remember Martin Mull? You're all way too young to remember Martin Mull. He had this, I don't know who it was. It was either him or George Carlin. He did this Blind Melon Chitlin. Does anybody remember Blind Melon Chitlin? I mean, how offensive is that? Anyway, what, oh. Did I thank Benji yet? Hey, thanks, Benji. Yeah. This would have been a disaster without you, man. Really. I was stressing out. All right. I don't know about this. I'm going to hate this thing. I'd say it's close enough for rock and roll, but it isn't rock and roll. So I've been playing this since I was 12. I learned it from that guy, Roy Bookbinder, and 50 years later, I dug up this record, and it sounds nothing like that. So I just, you know. Hey, get back there. It's probably going to flop down there again, but what are you going to do? Is this coming out of the mains? Can you hear this guitar? Hey, hey, your dad is feeling blue. Hey, hey, your dad is feeling blue. Oh, he's lonesome all the time. Can't get you off of his doggone mind. Hey, hey, your dad is feeling blue. Hey, hey, he loves you both the night and day. Hey, hey, he loves you both the night and day. He loves you both the night and the day. Dad needs your mom to drive his blues away. Hey, hey, your dad is feeling blue. How blue, Steve? Hey, hey, he loves you till the day you die. Hey, hey, he loves you till the day you die. Oh, he loves you till the day that you die. You know daddy can't be satisfied. Oh, hey, your dad is feeling blue. Hup, is it hup or yeah? Ouch! Now. Take it on. Ouch! Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I think that's it for the first set. We're going to come back and we're going to pay some tribute to the animal folks. Hi, Sonia. And thanks for coming.
Okay, Night of the Blues, huh? I got those blues so bad. Thank you again for coming out. A couple of announcements. One that I wanted to pass along to you, the Mainstay website, mainstayrockHall.org, not only has all of our tickets and all of our events coming up for about the next month and a half or so at a time, but we've just recently added a merchandise page, which is kind of interesting, with all kinds of emblazoned, insigniaed Mainstay logos on everything from, I'm thinking off the top of my head, shirts and hoodies and kitchenware. I don't know what else is on there, but there's quite an assortment there. It's fun because it's new for us, so we're kind of excited about that. Upcoming things next Friday. Is it next Friday? No, it's next Saturday. I am terrible with dates. Next Saturday, bluegrass, but real traditional bluegrass. The twangy kind, the high alto twangy sound of a male bluegrass singer with Danny Paisley and Southern Grass, a really excellent group, quite well known, I think, in this area, and they played most of the major festivals. They're going to join us next Saturday night, and that's going to be followed by, we don't want to say it too loud, Deanna Bogart, because it's sold out. Sold out, I'm afraid. That's going to be a Mardi Gras, but on Joe Holt's First Friday starts again the following Friday night, which is that Friday night. And he and a wonderful jazz singer from Philadelphia named Paula Johns, and she's been here a couple times now. I think the last time she did a tribute to Dionne Warwick, but they're going to do a tribute to Nancy Wilson, and great material. And I don't know how Joe Holt does it, because he always comes up with these wonderful, different ideas for shows, and he's been doing it for years, and they're always inventive. Sometimes they're way over the top. You know Joe Holt? You know Joe Holt. You know Joe Holt, right? Yes. He's got a country music program that he's planning for the following month that just sounds exciting. Joe Holt, The Highwaymen, I think it's going to be called, or something like that. And it just goes on from there. Classical music, a 16-piece University of Delaware jazz ensemble that have been here 7 times before, and I've always been asked back. And then on the 29th of March, our very own Mainstay Players will be doing a program called New York, New York. Now, the Mainstay Players are local musicians, about 19 of them, that get together and for months at a time rehearse along a certain theme. And the New York, New York program will be the theme of artists who really kind of like started their careers or really caught on fire in the city of New York. And that's always sold out, and it's going to be a great night. What else did I want to tell you? I just wanted to tell you it's really cold outside. And it reminds me of a trip that I made with a good friend of mine. And this poor man is a really close friend of mine, but he suffered from, he was a manic depressive, and he didn't like to leave the house. And I convinced him to go on this trip up to northern Canada. And it was on his bucket list, and I convinced him we should go. And we were there for a few days in a cabin kind of off the track, and we had a really wonderful time. But one morning, I think it was about the 3rd morning, my friend, the man with the manic depression, and I were outside, and we were chased about a quarter of a mile by a bipolar bear. I don't know how many of you get that, but thank you for those who did. All right, good. Let's welcome back Cross and High. It just takes us 30 seconds to get the video in sync. And of course, if you want to visit the animal shelter table before you leave tonight, they'll still be here. I think they have some merchandise of their own for sale. If you'd like to help by leaving them a donation, that's of course fine with us. Okay. And it's just a pleasure to have you here, guys. Thank you for your hard work.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. New York, New York.
soulful and blue. How much is that dog in the window? Do you think I could buy her from you? Yeah, I live right down the way, and I walk by here every day, and I'd sure like to take her with me. We can't sell that dog in the window, but we'll give her to you for free. So when you get a dog from the Kent County animal shelter, you get a dog who's vetted and vaccinated. Keep playing that flute. And vaccinated and vetted for behavior, and we pay a nominal, very modest fee, and that's a pretty good deal. Basically, you get that dog for free, and free, that's a pretty good deal. So when you ride around the country with a dog in a sidecar like that, you talk to a lot of people, and oftentimes it kind of sounds like this. Oh, so you got a dog in that sidecar? Yeah, that's a dog in the sidecar. Yeah, well, that reminds me of the time that my dog Roscoe chased that raccoon into that culvert. And you say, okay, yeah, Roscoe, he chased that raccoon in that culvert, and that raccoon said, I'm gonna make a break for it. And he ran straight into Roscoe's face, and Roscoe let out a yelp, and he ran back into the kitchen where my wife Doreen, she was making some of those, cooking up some of those Jimmy Dean sausages. Now, we get the Jimmy Dean sausages, we get them from the Walmart, because if you get them from the Costco, you gotta buy 200 of them, and who's gonna buy 200? Excuse me, you say, excuse me, wasn't there something about a dog? And then they say, the what now? So in all the thousands of miles I ran and I rode with that dog, nobody ever asked me for my story. So now that I have you as a captive audience, I'm going to tell you that story. See, I was brought up with a big black hole in my head. Now, I think I was a toddler when it first appeared. All I know is there was a lot of yelling and a lot of screaming and a lot of hatred, the kind of, the acrid, palpable kind of hatred that you can taste. And then there was a long car ride where my sister screamed and yelled the whole time, my older sister. And then when we got out of the car, it wasn't Delaware, it was sandy, and it was hot, and there was coconut trees, and I never saw my birth father again. Now, I don't begrudge my mother what she did, because 1962, you battered women, you were just a punching bag. That's what you were. And I have a lot of respect for anybody who stands up and says, I'm going to take control of my own life. But my birth father's response to that was to ignore the court orders and for visitation and child support, and just to say, I'm going to walk away from this. And that's what he did. He walked away. And that's what I learned as a kid. When there's conflict, when there's anything goes wrong, when there's anger, you just walk away, because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. You just walk away because it's not worth it. Now, let's move forward, skip forward to 30 years or so. I was living in Seattle at the time, and where my dad lived. By the way, I did get a good dad, and he might be listening. So you're a good dad. You're a good dad. And because my mother remarried, and he was living in Seattle with his wife, because that didn't work out so much with my mother. And I became, in keeping with my teaching as someone who walks away, I became a serial monogamist. Nothing against that. That's just fine because you get to meet a lot of people, a lot of really interesting people. But at some point, I realized that all my friends are pairing off, and just wasn't working for me anymore. So I sold my house, and I packed up my cats and my 2 motorcycles into this huge RV and rode back to and started driving east, back to where I came from, because my mother just turned 70. So I got to a little place. There was a distant family lived in a place called Still Pond, Maryland. And they said, well, we're going to be gone for 8 weeks, so why don't you come and stay with us, and you can take care of our dog. And I said, great, I love dogs. So I ended up in Still Pond, Maryland. And there was this dog, and his name was Bo. Can we move on? Can we say the first time I ever saw Bo? Can we move on to the next slide? Can you get that? Oh, next slide. There he is. Right. Now, let me tell you something about dogs. Dogs are all kinds of different dogs. Dogs have personalities just like people do. And some dogs, you give them a yard, they'll go bark and they'll sniff and they'll be happy for the rest of their life. Some dogs, they just want to hang out on the couch and watch Animal Planet. Right? But this dog, he didn't want no couch. He didn't want no TV. He didn't want no yard. He wanted to see the world. He wanted to be out and about. He wanted to be talking to people. Maybe try his hand at acting. And when he saw me, he said, you are my ticket out of here. And he fixated on me. You can see that look. He never stopped. So we started doing stuff. We started going to the city. We went to the inn. We went to the beach. And I realized that he started getting in here, right? He started to get in here. And it was very unusual for me. So after about 6 weeks of this, they came back. And I said, hey, welcome back. By the way, I'm taking your dog. And they took one look at both of us. And they said, no, you're not. Because that's your dog. So we left, and we went down to Florida, and I taught him how to play the Frisbee, and he got in there more and more and more. And can we have a picture? Can you move the next picture of him playing Frisbee? And so, at some point, I had these 2 motorcycles, and they were gathering dust because, I didn't want to ride them. I just want to be with a dog. And I said, isn't it possible? Could it be possible to merge this dog and that So I found a used sidecar and put him in there. And I opened the hatch, and he jumped in, and he said, about time you figured that out. That's Philadelphia, just after I got that sidecar. Dog jumped in there, and we just took off. He said, 80 miles an hour next to a semi, no problem for him. So we rode around with the sidecar, but the thing was that this yard in Still Pond, Maryland, where he had lived, there were some ticks apparently, and one of these ticks had a blood pathogen, and after a while he got weaker and weaker, and then the vet told me, I found a specialist, and the specialist said he's got a 20% chance of living, and it's going to be very tough for him. And she said, I want you to look at this dog, and I want you to tell me who you're doing this for. You doing it for the dog, or are you doing it for yourself? And I said, I'm doing it for myself. I didn't know it was possible to love anything like this. And I just can't lose him now. You got to do whatever you got to do, and I promise you, I will make it up to him. So I bought a whole bunch of diapers, Depends, and I cut holes in them, and I put a scale through the holes, and he wore diapers for 2 months, and lo and behold, he survived. Glory be. And when he was ready to ride again, I said, Yeah, I talked to my dog, okay? So I talked to my dog. Anybody who says they don't talk to their dog, what they are is actually a person who won't admit that they talk to their dog. So I said to him, I'm sorry I had to do that, but I'm going to make it up to you. You want adoration? You want attention? You got it. And I said, I'm going to make your sidecar, I'm going to turn it into a baseball. And you think you were getting attention before? Wait. We have a picture of the... So we started riding around. And the very first day with the baseball sidecar, we rode around the back of the stadium where the Florida Marlins were practicing for spring training. And we're in the back, and there was these 3 outfielders in uniform, and one of them was really tall. And this guy, this major league ball player, walks out of the stadium, walks right up to us and says, "That's really cool." And I said, "Thanks, Luis," because it was Luis Gonzalez. Luis Gonzalez, right? Got the hit off of Mariano Rivera that won the 2001 won the World Series, in the 7th game, one of the best World Series ever. And I said, "Thanks, Luis. Hey, do you think you wouldn't mind signing that ball on that sidecar there?" And the next slide. And that says, "To Bo, a true champ." So we kept on. I started thinking, maybe there's something to this. People love this. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can use this to help animals. Maybe we can do something. So I started writing some songs, and we started going to events. And we got invited to this event in Atlanta. It was a pretty big thing, and we went down there. We had a little, TV thing. And do we have a slide of that? There we go. Let's see. And one of those kids is Ted Turner's granddaughter. I don't know which one, probably one at the top. But after that, the organizer said, "Hey, how'd you like to, work up a program and do schools? And you can ride around to schools and give this program." And we said, Bo and I both said, "You bet." Well, I didn't. I said, "You bet." He said, "Oh." So, things were looking up, So we... the very next day, now let me tell you something else about dogs. Let me tell you something about work dogs. Work dogs will work until they literally drop dead. They will not let on that they're sick, because that's what they do. They work, and their job is to please you. So the very next day after this, I opened the door of the truck, and Bo jumped out, and he collapsed. And I picked him up, and I took him to the vet, and the vet said, he has advanced stage liver cancer. And I said, "Well, how long?" And the vet said, 4 days. 4 days, but you can't let him. You got to bring him in tomorrow. You can't do that to him. So I took the next day. I took him to the vet. That night we went to the hotel, and we had our last conversation and our last time together. And then the next day we went to the vet, and I said to him, we had our last talk, and he said to me, he said, "I don't want to leave you, but I have to go. And I know that you got something that you don't need anymore. So when I go, I'm going to take that with me." And the vet came in and gave him the shot, and I felt him reach into my head, reach into me, and he wrapped himself around that black hole, and it was gone. And so was he. And I felt this wall of anguish and pain, and it was just unimaginable. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and it was grief. And I didn't know it was possible to suffer like that. And it hit me that I had no experience with that, because my father, he didn't die. He just turned him off like a light switch. And I waited 6 weeks, and I cried every day, and I cried all day every day. And I went back to Georgia, and I got another dog. And I said, because I can't live without a dog. And give me a picture of the dog. That is Miss B, and that is the picture of happiness. And she paid no attention to me at all, did not care about me, but she was happy. And I said, "How much for this dog?" And they said, $90, chipped and spayed. And I said, That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. So Miss B and I came back up here, and we lived here for 13 years. And she was a sidecar dog, too. Did we have a picture of Miss B? There's Miss B. Does anybody remember Miss B riding around in the sidecar in Chestertown? Because we rode around here for 3 years. You saw us? Yeah. And so 13 years she lived, and then when she was 13, I think it was 13, the vet told me she's got laryngeal paralysis and she's going to suffocate to death if you don't let her go. And I said, no, I'm not going to let her go. I'm going to find a solution here. And Miss B ended up being the second dog in North America to get a laryngeal stent. Can we have a picture of that? So she lived another 2 years, and recently she passed away. And I mourned and I grieved in a normal way, and she lived her life out to the end, and she had a beautiful life, and I buried her with Bo's ashes. I don't know why I've been carrying them around for 15 years, but I was, and I buried them both together, and I have great comfort in knowing that they're buried together. And the reason I'm telling you this story is that people who have experienced trauma, especially kids, they build walls around themselves, just like I did. They build walls around themselves. But these animals, they have the power to pass through these walls. And they can get into the heart of the most scarred, the most damaged people. They can get in there and help them heal. So thank you for listening to my story. I'm going to finish this song, and we're going to finish this sidecar. What's up with that dog in the sidecar? We see you guys all over town. What's up with that dog in the sidecar? You two guys, you sure get around. He's as much a part of me as my kidney or my knee or my eyes or my soul or my heart. You ride with that dog in the sidecar, beside me till death do us part. Beside me till death do us part. Okay, thank you for sticking around for that. It's the first time where's the stupid? Oh, there we go. This is one of the songs they had written for the sidecar dog tour that never really took place. I have a friend. Her name is Mary. I pay our rent. Her face is hairy. She's 2 feet tall. Eats her food standing. She loves her paw and can be demanding. On weekends we go walking by the river. She thanks me for the treats and time that I give her. We picnic underneath that big oak tree, And then that silly girl, she says to me, she says, got paws instead of feet, got a tail at the end of my spine. Half of the people you meet will never have a heart as gentle and kind. Got fur to soak up tears, I'm a gift from heaven above. Half of the people you meet will never be half as worthy of love. 'Cause animals have a story. If you listen to them speak, our house is small, but still it's cozy. The fence is tall, the neighbor's nosy. I throw the ball, and Mary chases, and in the windows we can see their faces. Mary was dying when I found her on the street. My heart was empty till she came along to rescue me. She gives me joy and laughter each and every day. And when I look into her eyes, I hear her say, she says, got paws instead of feet, I got a tail at the end of my spine. Half of the people you meet will never have a heart as gentle and kind. Got fur to soak up tears, I'm a gift from heaven above. Half of the people you meet will never be half as worthy of love. 'Cause animals have a story. If you listen to them speak, the good Lord giveth and taketh away. I wonder where I'd be if the Lord had taken her that day. So many lives and loneliness and fear, their testimony echoes in my ear. They say, got burnt falls dead of feet, got a tail at the end of my spine. Half of the people you meet will never have a heart as gentle and kind. Got fur to soak up tears, I'm a gift from heaven above. Half of the people you meet will never be half as worthy of love. 'Cause animals have a story. Animals have a story to tell. I can hear them speak to me. Can't you hear them speak to you? I can hear them speak to me. I can hear them speak to me. All right. You know, Sonia, you gave me a whole bunch of stats, and I didn't bring them, but I think it was like some 700 animals were. I forgot to bring the statistics that you gave me there, but they're really, really amazing statistics. 440 some dogs animals adopted out. Hundreds brought up from, it's just amazing the work they do. So, please visit the table afterwards and thank them for the fantastic work they do here in Kent County and helping these animals. All right, okay, so what do we got here, Steve? What's next on this? We're going to play another blues tune, and then I think we're getting close to the
Police Dog Blues.
Police Dog Blues. All right, and we're also. Matt? What are we doing for time? Okay. We're not going to do this, but. is another Blind Blake song. All my life I've been a traveling man. All my life I've been a traveling man. Playing alone and doing the best I can. Had a gal, I could get her off my mind. Had a gal, I could get her off my mind. Passed me up saying she didn't like my kind. Game is wrapping. Scared to bother around the house at night. Got a police dog craving for a fight. Guess I'll travel, guess I'll let her be. Guess I'll travel, guess I'll let her be. 'Cause she's sick, that police dog on me. Okay, we're getting. I think we have one more song. Can we move to the next? I think we have a. We're gonna play a dog song. We're gonna play another dog song. What was this? And this is called. What's it called? Salty Dog. Salty Dog. And this is also a Mississippi John Hurt song. Steve's going, and we're also going to show you some pictures. Okay, go. Oh, wrong. Okay. Stupid thing. Okay. Well, I don't see how this is. Where's that mic?
Baby, let me be your salty dog. Don't wanna be your man at all, baby. Let me be your salty dog. Big fish, little fish swimming in the water. Come on, baby, give me my gold, baby. Let me be your salty dog. Salty dog. Salty dog. Baby, let me be your salty dog. Salty dog. Salty dog. Baby, let me be your salty dog. 1, 2, 3. let me be your salty dog. That's right, salty dog. Salty dog. Salty dog, let me be your salty dog. Two girls walking hand in hand. I know one's got the other's man. Baby, let me be your salty dog. Come on, salty dog. Salty dog, yeah. Then baby, let me be your salty dog. Salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, baby. Let me be your salty dog. Take us home.
Take home.
Salty dog, salty dog, baby. Let me be your salty dog.
One more.
Salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, salty baby. Let me be your salty dog.
All right, thank you all for coming. And let me remind you that the animal care shelter of Cannon County, they take donations. We're just reminding you to take checks and then all sorts of forms of payment. And we would like you to encourage you to support them. We're going to play one more song, and I'm sure a lot of you folks are saying, hey man, what about the cats? You're just ignoring cats here. Just, what's wrong with you? Well, we're not going to ignore those cats. How's it go, Steve? What's its noses and roses? Wait, what is it? I've got roses and noses. What's the other?
Flowers and
Flowers. Flowers and hours. That's first. And then what's the other one?
Thrilling and willing.
Thrilling and willing, and then
Delicious.
delicious and wishes.
Okay.
And you can all sing along.
You will sing along.
You will sing along.
The doors are locked. Let's get this baby in here, see if we can get this thing to move. The refrain is simply, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you start there? I know you can do it. What's new, pussycat?
Wait. Gotta get the pictures. There we go. There we go. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pussycat, pussycat, I've got flowers and lots of hours to spend with you. So go and make up your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat nose. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen again. Pussycat, pussycat, you're so thrilling, and I'm so willing to care for you. So go and make up your cute little pussycat eyes. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat eyes. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is it again? Delicious. Pussycat, pussycat, you're delicious, and if my wishes could all come true, I'd soon be kissing your cute little pussycat lips. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat lips. You and your pussycat lips. Oops, eyes. You and your pussycat. We're gonna get to the end. We gotta wait here. No. There we go. All right, thanks for coming, folks. I really appreciate it. Oh, there's one more. Yeah, that was the nose.